Happy Easter. How's everyone doing? Long time no see, man. I knew I forgot something. Oops. Everybody color their eggs. Everybody hide their eggs. All right. I'm ready to go now. I knew I forgot something for a second. Okay. Glad to be back. I had a great time with family and friends, and I'm back to work, and happy to see you here. And I haven't read all of my emails and all of my text messages, but I'm getting caught up. And oh gosh, look at, okay, yeah, we're going to ask, hey, Freddie, we're going to ask a lot of questions. You guys did some really great posts on the community page. I've got a lot written down here. And why don't we just start off with this one? Freddie Todd asked a really good one. I'll come back to that. I got that pulled up on my phone. All right. But my favorite astrologer up in Seattle, but he does his podcast at Soul Foods in Redmond, Washington, and I had the opportunity to meet him in person one evening. His name is Rick Levine. I'm sure you guys know who he is. He did he does a monthly astrological report in great detail. But I went ahead and listened to his mid-month update. And this week is particularly rough. I know most of you realize that. And starting with today. But he, in particular, he said it was hard to know the truth on Easter. And but he pointed out in particular April 23rd, Wednesday. So he said it was, I believe there's a square. The astrologers in the audience can help me out there. I think it's a Pluto square something. Probably somebody's anus. Just kidding. You have to laugh, you guys. Let's start it off with some laughter because this stuff is a little bit difficult. Okay. All right. Let's see. So he said Wednesday, the 23rd, would be particularly tough. So let's see what happens. It's easy to overdo it. So we have to really make sure that we're balanced. And that could be with where Jupiter is. It could be political leaders reaching for far too much, far too many. Thank you, Joe Schmo. Sun squares Pluto. See, nobody's Uranus was in there. We got to bring it. We got to bring the laughter. All right. Sun squares Pluto. So what happens? How does it affect us? What do we need to know about this? All right, let's take a look and see. All right. We may have to get out of our own ooh, it's heavy. Okay, big stuff. Help us lighten it up. All right, the hangman means we have to get out of our own way. We'll need a fresh perspective. We have to stop doing things the way we've been doing them because they aren't working. So we are the CEO of our lives, and we need a fresh perspective in order to make positive changes. And that's what we're about, right? Positive changes. So this is also very important here that we allow someone to help us. This is a challenge card, and the second place of the Celtic cross is a challenge card. And this means there's somebody that's probably already said to us, I would like to help you with that, or I have a suggestion for you. And so the challenge to us is, we who find it hard to accept help from other people, to accept the challenge and to allow someone to help us. We're very good at giving, which is also the sacrifice card of the hangman, because he hangs himself upside down. He gives so much that all the quarters come out of his pocket. So we may need assistance from other people. I also feel like there will be judgments and decisions made about deportations, immigrants, the systems they're using. There's a lot of manipulative energy here with the magician. Can you see all of these? Okay. The emperor's here up at the top, so that's a full stop. So if we don't change how we're doing things, it comes to a full stop. We'll be forced to change. I feel like everyone is doing well with the protests. Everyone's getting out and being heard. I've been able to go to one. I wasn't able to make it yesterday. I was still getting my house in order and my work schedule taken care of. Okay, so see here again, the angels come to help us. They come with this suggestion, and some of us can be very stubborn. I don't know about you. I guess I can be stubborn, right? So when this card comes up for card of the day, on the Way of Positive Change Facebook, Instagram, and Blue Sky, every morning, 5:30 in the morning, I'm doing a card for all of us. Why would an angel try to hand us an opportunity if it wasn't going to help us? If it didn't have the name of someone in here that could help us achieve our goal, or if it didn't have a link to a person who could link us with another person to achieve our goal. Sometimes we think we're going to get our gifts from the universe in a blue box, and they come to us in a red box. Okay, so it's important to accept invitations. Sometimes it's an invitation to go to a restaurant that you don't particularly care for, but the person you're going with runs into someone else that they know, and then that person has an opportunity for you to join their team and meet their people that can help you achieve your goal. So this is a big message here, is to get out of your own way, accept opportunities and help from other people. You're going to have to change your routine. You will need to change your routine, change your point of view, because how you're working something, this could be a particular area of your life isn't working. And the angels have heard you, your MBOs, your most benevolent outcome, your benevolent prayers for others, because we all know that you send them out, because we know that you are light workers. Other people that we deal with, as our family members, they have no idea what it means to be a light worker. Okay, so, and just common people running around, some of our family members are, but just common people running around, they don't know what MBOs are, or BPs, or things like that. They're not part of our light worker family. Anyway, we need to spend time with other people. We may not like those peoples either. It may be, in fact, too people-y out there, but gathering together with others is important. And our guides and angels say, we know where we're being stubborn. We know where we've passed up opportunities, or where we've said, no, that isn't the way I like it, so I'm not going to do it like that. Or where we need to accept change. And yet some of these words come out of our mouths anyway, and then we could ghost someone, or they ghost us, or we don't change something, we don't lock something, we do something, there's a thief among us. This is my Elon Musk card, so he's going to pull something on Wednesday. Keep your eyes on Elon Musk on Wednesday. He's going to try. He will pull something. We may not find out till Thursday, but I think we're going to find out because Rick Levine said to avoid knee-jerk reactions and think things through. There's times for more protests coming, and we'll be able to take action. Some of us will need to do something Wednesday, but avoid knee-jerk reactions. So this is a lot of sour words. It is spying. It could have to do with the Starlink and the names and things like that. I don't have any of the Russia cards here. This is really, really great, but I do have rulers here. But some people like to hype things, so we have to be careful of what we're listening to. We have to be careful to who we're listening to. Make sure you get a rounded opinion about the information you're taking in on Wednesday. Okay, I think this is really important. But this Queen of Cups means we intuitively know where we may have already missed opportunities. There's something we don't want to learn. Maybe it's a new computer program. Maybe it's a new way to market ourselves. There's something we're hesitant, or we just don't want. We feel like we can do it the same old way, and that just isn't going to work. And that brings us to maybe more infighting in the Democratic Party because people are really mad at David Hogg, the DNC vice chair, because he wants to oust older people that aren't moving mountains anymore, like Pelosi and Schumer. And there's other people that are mad at his approach. I don't know where you are or where you stand with that, but we're going to look into that too. But for Wednesday and this coming week, change it up. First, the way you're doing something in one particular area of your life isn't working. Be willing to accept words of advice or suggestions or invitations from others that are heaven sent. They are heaven sent. Don't mistake them as being not valid, or they don't have any real opportunity because you're looking at them like they don't have that. It's your perception. Change your routine, accept advice, accept invitations, and realize that there are thieves at work, and don't have a knee-jerk reaction, but do everything that you can to protect yourself and stay calm, okay? But go out and meet with other. Gatherings are important. Fundraising is important. And realize where you may be having an issue. Where are you stuck? Another way to look at this is, where are you stuck? And how do we get out of that? And if you don't know, we ask for suggestions, and then we try to bring them forward, and we try something that doesn't particularly appeal to us. Okay, then. All right, let me get to... That was a long answer, but there you go. Forewarned, being forewarned is being forearmed. That is for the energy around Wednesday. All right. Is something big going to happen this week? Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you. That last weekend when I said, when I put in the top of I named the video, something big will happen that weekend. What I believe happened, there were quite a few things that happened, but what I believe happened that was very significant is that on Sunday, Pam Bondi and Trump and the border czar and Hegseth and Rubio all got together to stand their ground, to just say that they hadn't made a mistake with the immigrant. They also had that they were going to move forward with deportations, and that they were not going to follow the rule of the Supreme Court, that they were not going to follow the judgments and rulings of the federal judges, Boasberg and Xinis. So they made that announcement Monday morning in all of the newsrooms. They were all seated there, and I believe the coming together, the meeting that took place, was Sunday. And I feel that that was very significant because they dug their heels in and decided we're just not going to follow the law. They're not going to follow the Constitution, because it hasn't run smoothly for 250 years. So let's just just throw it out. Throw it out. All right, I'm just kidding, you guys. Okay. Will the Supreme Court overturn presidential immunity? Let's see if they're going to continue to stand up to him. Okay. Freddie said, is the Trump administration going to be held accountable for ignoring the court's orders? So again, I believe they decided to do that. They were going to just rule that all of the federal district courts judges and their rulings didn't matter and render them feckless, like they did Congress when they just go right over their heads and do the tariffs. Okay, so is the Trump administration going to be held accountable for ignoring the court's orders? So let's see. Great question, Freddie. And thank you to everyone who put a question on the community board, the post. It's just called posts now because, we need to be confused again. Okay. Will the Trump administration be held accountable for not following the orders of the federal judges, the court orders? So they're going to be held in contempt. And I believe, because now in the latter part of this last week, Trump just saying, I don't know, you'll have to ask the attorneys. I don't have anything to do with it. You'll have to ask the attorneys. So who's he throwing under the bus? Who does he always throw under the bus? And how did all of this begin? How many attorneys has he thrown under the bus? There's too many to count. I think that one rough guy that helped him with E. Jean Carroll, Tony, what the heck was his name? Got out of there by the hair of his chinny chin and saved his legal license. But they're going down. We already saw Kristi Noem has a 10 of swords, Pam Bondi, 10 of swords. I wanted to ask about Tulsi Gabbard too. By the way, I'm supposed to go on with Becca and Jen and Johnny tonight if I can stay awake. We'll see. I don't know. Couldn't sleep last night. Okay, so they had great hope that they could just bully their way. They want to be the star, and they're just going to bully their way over there. The planes did turn around when the Supreme Court ruled at 1 a.m. Saturday morning that they couldn't, Zinni alert, that they couldn't continue to deport people that weren't even from El Salvador to begin with. They weren't, you understand what I'm saying. You can't, first of all, they have to have due process. Second, they can't just take them to a country where they never lived before. So, that's like me going to try to become a citizen in Sweden and they say, no, you're an illegal immigrant or your time's up and you're going to be sent to Haiti. Okay. All right. So this plan came from the POOD. Make no mistake about that. POOD gave out the diagram and the instructions, but thankfully, Donald Trump doesn't know how to read well, and he doesn't know how to follow instructions, and he thinks more of anything is better, even water coming out of the showers and toilets. Last couple of days, executive order for more water. All right. Okay. So he just thinks more is better, and he keeps trying to go over. But now I believe he's bitten off more than he could chew here, because he can't carry this load right, and he dug this trench himself. And when you have the 10 of wands, you either have to start over with the 1 or you have to get a backhoe. Maybe Christy Noam can help him out with that. Just kidding. Okay. Okay. There's a big fight here. There's a fight for justice. All the deceit and the bullying is on its side. And so I believe that they're going to continue to try to overrule judges. But will they be held accountable? I feel that they will be held accountable because this is too much, too fast, everything all at once, all over the place. And they thought that they could just get away with it. And now here comes the cavalry. And there's quick changes for the better. So there's a big fight. You always want the Knight of Swords on your side, because if he's not on your side, you're not going to win this fight. Okay. So I believe there will be so many lawsuits and so many problems for them. I do not feel that they will get away with it. I feel that they will be held accountable, and it was just too much. It was just everything all at once. Okay, now, so that was a great question. Let's go ahead and look at the future for Tulsi Gabbard, because there's going to be something coming out about her talks with Russian operatives. There's going to be something coming up here. All right, so there will be a meeting and a legal matter that's brought to her. She will be judged. There's her 10 of Swords. She's already done something that she will be held accountable for in court. All right, so it's the same 10 of Swords we keep getting for her. This has not transpired. She will regret her actions. She thinks that she can solve them. Someone's going to try to help her with a way out. She's going to try to spin it another way. And then she can't get the things done that she wants to. She'll try to bring up a new spin. She'll try to change the focus to something else. I actually think she's going to take another job. I think she's going to either leave this post or she'll be demoted or removed. That's what I think is going to happen to her, because I think she bit off more than she can chew, and I think she's meeting opposition everywhere. Remember, both DHS and the Pentagon, so Hegseth and Gabbard and intelligence said that they wouldn't refer for at the border to have more troops or martial law at the border because of declaring that we're in a war, because the numbers are actually down. So they can't do the War Act thing. Okay, so I just think she's going to, with this, I think this is an end. She's going to have a problem. This will happen quickly. She'll go to another job. 8 of Pentacles, big fight, something new. And she's just like hoping it can't start soon enough for her, because she already knows what she's, this didn't go the way she thought, because she just thought she could produce more or do it the right way. And it's just, oh, thank you, Cindy Verity, for writing out the question. That's so sweet. All right, so still 10 of Swords. She's not going to be able to get over that. She's going to have to move on. She will not be able to continue to keep that position. All right, I wrote out so many questions. Okay. In the last video. I also read that the deal with TikTok would be put on ice because of what Trump is doing with President Xi and China, and it has. It's been put on ice. So we thank our guides and angels for helping us see what was going to happen with that. So let's see if the United States will continue to keep the TikTok app on our phones. I'm not on there, but I want to be. I want to start. I need to start. Okay. So TikTok for United States citizens. Will they still have it? Because that would make, that's definitely an ace up Xi's sleeve. Because that will make people very angry at Trump. Oop. It may be pulled away and put back up. It's controlled by other people in other parts of the world. And remember, Putin and Xi just got together a couple months ago and had some long talks. So this is all a big game of chess. Okay, there's the app itself. I'm still keeping it. Oop. They're going to use it as a bargaining chip. We're going to take it. It will end. You can have a good time on it now, but we'll take it, and it will end unless you bring the tariffs down. It will be used as a bargaining chip. And they have the power, not Trump. He will not be able to accomplish everything. So what happens then, because Trump is now, he went all in. He doesn't know moderation. He doesn't know how to have balance, follow a system, have a plan. That's, thank goodness for us that he screws everything up. And he started charging ships from China extra money when they come to the U.S. ports. Additional fees. This is before even more tariffs go through. So anything that is made in China, which all thanks to me, myself, and I, that's very sweet of you. Thank you. I love that word, victory. I just found out that my my little culottes that I work, my skirts or culottes or what I love wearing, I just found out I need to order more. And I looked at them, I'm like, oh my God, they're made in China. Oh my God. All right, but they're exactly the right size. Okay. So what happens? Will Xi and Trump make a deal? Will the tariffs stick, or what's happening? This is just the worst mistake he could have ever possibly have had. He could have ever made. They both are looking, the Queen of Wands is the hoe of the tarot. She prostitutes herself. That's her negative side. And she holds an archetype that we all can use if we want to get something. However, everybody, right? You can do a job that you don't want to do just to get some results that you want, correct? So neither one of them want to look at what they need to do to make this come together. I'm not looking at it. I'm not changing. I'm not going to relent. And the challenge is somebody will have to acquiesce. Someone will have to relent. Here's the fight, and that's on the side. This was also their correspondence was interjected with memos and suggestions from other people, and it was just too many people, and it didn't go well. And then Xi said, no, we'll just wait. I can wait. Our country's been around for what, 15 years, 1,500 years? You've been around for 250? All right. So this isn't good news. This is not good news. There's probably already been angry words. and someone loses it. So is that Trump? Is it Navarro? Is it the budget guy? Somebody loses it. Oh, and then look who has his hand in this too. Musk. It's all about control, the coins and the money. And will they make a deal with the devil? So it blows up, and then there's a deal with a very corrupt, sneaky, and elusive devil. So how will you and I feel about, because this is bad. I mean, this is really, really, really bad stuff here. So how will you and I feel about China and the U.S. working together? Will we be happy with the deal that they make? Yeah, we haven't even got to Canada. No, they're saying all of this is foolish. None of this needed to happen. None of it. None of it had to do with prices of eggs or your mortgage or your rent. None of it. That is always and has been greedy corporations. It's exactly the same thing we saw that happened in 2008. All right. We're judging. It's a critical moment. We're not happy with it. And then we'll be okay. So someone, either Xi or Trump, probably Trump, I feel that it will be Trump, and will acquiesce and will make a deal with the devil just to keep things going. But there will be a big fight before that happens. Someone will lose their cool. It will end up in a split and then a judgment, and then perhaps somebody else comes in to try to smooth this over. Maybe that's where Musk can do something, because he does a lot of business in China, although he is at odds with Xi because Chinese people have their own electric car that is selling much more proficiently than Tesla. So Musk is losing all over the place, except for his government contracts. Okay, so let's go ahead and go right into, let's go ahead and take a look at Musk. What does his near future look like? Okay. What does his near future look like? Elon Musk's future. I forgot my pink lipstick. I forgot it. All right. He's trying to, I don't know, maybe he dresses as a bunny and does an Easter hunt. He has a falling out with family, so with some of the family that he's created. We are going to hear more about people who are accepting his deals to be paid and get pregnant with his children. So he's going to have issues about that. You know, too much is not better. There is karma here for him. There will be karma for Trump. You know, when you overdo, there will be karma for whoever does that. Okay, he feels like he can still have victory with anything that he wants. He's going to go to a big meeting and very important, and then he overdoes it again. We saw that would be his downfall. there's a part here where he realizes he's talking to somebody that is telling him things have gone too far. You're going to have to dial it back a little bit. And he may decide to dial it back a little bit or lose everything. I think he realizes that it did explode too fast. It was too big of a sledgehammer, too big of a chainsaw. And even though the family things are over here, he will have to go to court for that. He will listen to someone and he will dial it back somehow. All right. So let's look at his long-term future. Got to act every day like it's your birthday. Oh, that would be a good one, Big Steph. That would be good. Him and Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's starting to come around, man. There's hope. I told you guys, don't give up. Don't give up on your MAGA peeps. Don't give up on your family or your best friends. Their 401ks are getting cut. Their stocks are getting cut. Their medications are going up. Just hang in there. Hang in there. All right. What does the future hold for Elon Musk long term? Does he continue to be successful? Or does he peter out? He cannot remain balanced, so he loses the angel of balance, angel of harmony. The pharmacist is on its side. He may try to make something that he takes himself, and that is not helpful. Everyone has their own issues, addictions, or vices that can cause imbalance. And oh boy, you know, I would like for him to be a more helpful person, you know. Something happens in June and July during the time of Cancer. What sign is he? Is he a Cancer? Oh, he just doesn't know. There's that big meeting. And he just can't. And the car itself, I mean, Teslas will come around. I don't think that he is satisfied with, he doesn't have long-term satisfaction here. I'm more concerned about him harming himself. I know you guys are not concerned about him harming himself, but anyway, that's what's here. I feel like he goes off balance. Because he could, you know, you never want to give up. He could turn around and be a better person. He could. And I feel like in a couple of instances with something, he may be able to work with someone. And that could actually be Mark Cuban now, because Mark Cuban created that pharmaceutical company where you can get that cuts out the middleman, the BPM person or something like that. And that jacks up, that's the reason why the pharmaceutical drugs are all jacked up so high. So, you know, there's hope here. Oh, thank you, Beth Cat. Yeah, Musk is a Cancer. So I don't feel like he has some other issues. I don't feel that he is going to be able to get things going the way he will feel less than satisfied. Like the fruit doesn't ripen for him. So, and he goes off balance. He may get in trouble or be stopped by a general, a government official, general, military. He may not get a military contract if you look at this, and this. These were our two outcome cards in the play up at the top. So they may choose to outsource his companies or anything that has his name on it. So watch for him to lose government contracts in the future because they went around him. There are other companies. Cancer, Sun, and Rising? Whoo! Okay. Okay. All right. Please hit the like button. If you're here, if you're new, please subscribe. We're going to start our class membership videos again tomorrow. We were supposed to, we meet on Sundays, but because of Easter, we're meeting tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do a reading or two with our favorite modality of cards or pendulums. We are going to learn about a couple of crystals that help with divination. And then we're also going to do some clairvoyance. And all the classes are recorded. Oop. All right. Let's go ahead. Okay. We're going to ask, will he find a way to get rid of the Fed chair, Jerome Powell? Will Trump find a way to get rid of or remove the Fed chair, Jerome Powell? Will he be successful with this? Because the Fed chair has to remain neutral. The bank has to be neutral. Independent central bank has to be independent of any political party. He wants him. He's called from. He's like, he's out of there. I want him to have no say so. Put this other guy in. But he's trying to work on it. He has someone. This is probably Stephan Miller trying to help him. He will be seen as a fool. He's trying to do it. But the Fool card doesn't mean he succeeds. This means he gets someone up to bat. So let's just see. I don't think he can pull it off. Hey, somebody else that he suggests and may send someone to go talk to him. So does this Fed chair get to keep his job? Jerome Powell, does he get to keep his job? If you want to become a member, sometimes you have to go on a laptop or a tablet, and you go to my homepage of my YouTube channel, anyone's channel, whether it's me or Denise Knight or Jen Lynn, and you hit the join. When you see memberships, you hit the join button. And then there's a small fee for every month, and you can go to the classes and the mini readings, and you can leave the membership, cancel it at any time. Some people cancel and come back if they can't afford it. And that's very helpful. I think on my channel it's $9.99, and you get 2 classes a month on Sundays, and then there's a Sunday where I do mini readings for one question for each member, or whoever wants to have a question. Not everybody wants to have a question, and that is not recorded. The mini readings are not recorded. All right, does Fed Chair Jerome Powell get to keep his job? Oh, there you go. Rose Blue is saying, drop the chat, turn off the live chat, and you can see a join button. Sometimes it's hard to see on phones. Trump has sent an envoy, I just heard the word envoy, to offer him a job, make an offer he can't refuse. And we're back to Don Corleone. Oh, he may take away some of his duties. I'm not sure how this is going to happen, but the way this is currently being done will not continue. I also, when I get the death card, I know that this happens in a matter of months, but definitely, I think Jerome Powell is supposed to be in there for another couple of years. That's not going to happen, or not to the extent or in charge of or given the powers that he oversees. Yeah, he's given an offer he can't refuse. What does that look like to you? And I believe that he is not concerned or afraid to use his mouth to convey the words that he wishes to convey. And I believe that he will, and he may produce something in writing to him. And there's a big problem there. There's a giant problem. This is not, the way this is being currently run will not continue. Okay. I don't even see a fight. There's just an end. The fight was the tower with G. There's the fight. This thing here, this just comes to an end. They make him an offer. You don't like it. Sorry about your luck and whatever your life entails. You might not want to take a trip that you had planned. Who, an offer you can't refuse? Take it wherever you want to take it. All right. David Hogg. Remember, he was a member of the Marjorie, that horrific shooting from that school, Stoneman Douglas, and then he was trolled by Marjorie Taylor Greene. Remember when she trolled him when he had just left that school, just graduated from that school? Now he's been elected as the DNC vice chair, and he has raised $20 million to oust or primary senior lawmakers like Pelosi, Schumer, people that just they need to become Bernie Sanders and AOC, or the man that went down to speak to the prisoner that was disappeared. So let's just take a look at David Hogg's. Was it Parkland? I thought it was Marjorie Stone Douglas. One of the terrible ones. It's terrible that we even confuse them. Okay, that means it's all right. Let's take it. David Hogg's future as the DNC vice chair. He's shaking it up. He's making people mad. That's good. It's good. Make them mad. Make them madder. Ooh, Putin doesn't like him there. Doesn't like him at all there. He will continue to shake it up. Young mothers are going to like him. Mothers of all kinds are going to like him because they want their children safe from school shootings. He may vacillate a little bit or change this a little bit, or he's definitely willing to listen to other people's opinions. He's not drawing a hard line on who he wants to remove, but he will raise more money and people will give him money. I'm going to donate to him whatever I have extra when I'm done with my mouth surgeries. Okay. All right. He will get the support of a lot of people, and he will gather a lot of money. So his future looks very bright. But the Putster, Russian oligarchs' money, and the Republican senators, they don't want him there. They don't want him there. They could try to cause problems, but this looks very, very, very bright for him. And I feel that he will make an alliance with, and he may be able to work with AOC. So his future looks bright. All right. Now, I wanted to know about that Biden administration app that was used to help facilitate immigrants. And they would check in and they would do facial recognition. You know, I don't think I'm going to take my phone to the next. I'm going to take off Google tracking. I know I'm doing that. And I don't think I'm going to take my phone to the next protest that I go to. I'm just saying. That's just how I feel about it. I wanted to know if those 900 or so people, if they're going to be able to be successful, if the Trump administration will be successful. People who use the apps and scheduled their appointments, will Trump be successful at getting them deported? Yeah, I don't need to take a phone to go to a protest. I don't know. I can just leave it here. It's not a big deal. Okay. And for all of you that have the watches on, I wouldn't take those either. I think we're safe. Let's just ask about that too. Okay. There's a lot of money being put into these apps and recognition apps with that Palantir app that Peter Thiel helped create. Peter Thiel. If they're already working, okay, they will not be successful. This is going to end up in a big cluster F. If they're already working and they've been given assistance, I don't feel that they're going to. And this could be where Kristi Noem really hits that, because there's that 10 of swords there again. There will be fights and protests and confrontations, and more people will get involved in this. And this doesn't go as planned. This never means something's going as planned. So you can expect unexpected interruptions with your plans, right? So this isn't a good card when you're asking about your next flight. So the plane either gets changed or the time gets changed or there's a delay or you get to take another flight or something. So will not be successful with that. They can pay all the money they want into that, but they're not going to. Not going to be able to do that. All right. Oh, they have me weaning Zinni down on her prednisol, and I just heard her coughing in there. Let's see. Let's see what else we've got here. Can you look into what the workers that resigned from the Pentagon are up to? Those were tech workers that perhaps didn't like what they were being told to do, so a bunch of them resigned. And that came from Just Me Hawaii. What happened with the IT people at the Pentagon, the tech workers? What happened with them? Cybersecurity workers at the Pentagon. Okay, thank you, you guys. Cybersecurity workers, tech workers in the Pentagon. What happened with them? This looks like there was access given, permissions given, cards given. This is a coin. This was our card of the day, by the way. Oh, and they split over that. So I don't think we need to go further. There were rules broken and access given to people, and it freaked them out. They couldn't sleep. They were wondering, what if this, what if that? This was me yesterday. They broke rules. Some people gave in, some people acquiesced, did it anyway. We're going to hear about this. This is coming up very quickly. There was an intrusion and an intrusion, a changing of the guard. Information was leaked. It was foolish. It was foolish and selfish. This comes to light. And they had to make a decision that this was not safe. It was unpredictable. Excuse me, that it was unstable is a better word. The Knight of Wands is always unpredictable and unstable energy. And they had to choose. When the Lover's card comes up, you choose with your head over your heart, right? And so they had to make a choice. Now, there's news coming out on this in the time of Gemini. Big news coming out on this in the time of Gemini. Late May, late of next month. By the way, I have readings available mid-May, the end of May. You just go to thewayofpositivechange.com and scroll down to book a reading. All right. I'll be on a few more times this coming week, and then I have the dental surgery on the other side of my mouth on Monday, so I'll be out for a few days from that, but it won't be anywhere near as bad as the other side. Was the truce between Russia and was the truce that Putin suggested, was it fake? That was another question on the posts. Was it fake? Was the suggestion of truce a fake? Because Zelensky said the sirens were still going off, even on Easter weekend. Then they showed Putin trying to light candles in a church. It's like, really? There's so much anxiety and angst about this, it's not even fair. I don't feel that it was real because they couldn't even sleep at nighttime here. They were still in the bunkers. There's still a fight and some chaos and drama. They feel alone. They want to fight for what is theirs. This is Ukraine. Oh boy. This. this gets shaken up. So I feel like this week we're going to see a lot of things come to a head and build up pressure. And this is one of the situations. And I don't, oh God. All right, so this looks like they think they're okay. But let's look at Putin. Let's look at the Putin's future. What does his future look like? Will he continue what he thinks is successful? We know he's not successful. We know how many conscripts he has put in and has taken more. There's been so many deaths. Putin, will he be successful? I don't think so, because Europe is backing Zelensky, even though they're both our allies. Oop. Okay. He doesn't know what to do. He's going to have to change position. I don't think he's on balanced footing or with balanced thought. He's going to try another military strategic move. He wants to take more land. This is all about more land. He will not give up on that. But he cannot hold a commitment. He thinks Zelensky doesn't know what he's doing. At first, he's very concerned about the land grab, and then I think he has a health problem. But we've been seeing that for a long time. I don't think that he will be able to leave his tower, is what I'm saying. But these two together lead me to believe the health problem. Those are my surgeries cards. So let's take a look. Let's just take a look, since we're here. Trump's next 7 days. Putin's next 7 days. Zelensky's next 7 days. I want to ask first, I just want to see if Ukraine is going to be okay. I'm going to be a little bit longer today. I'm not going to hold it at an hour. I'm going to go over a little bit. Okay, is Ukraine, whoops, I have these upside down. Is Ukraine going to be okay? The future of Ukraine. Is Ukraine going to be okay? They are changing forever. The person that, or someone that was going to help them is on its side. They have to go overseas. They make new partners, new lovers, new partners. They give in. They are not okay. They're going to lose. And the people in Ukraine are hurt over our betrayal. We betrayed them. And a lot of people don't understand how important Ukraine is. They are tied to, they will make a deal with the devil. They still have hope, and they can still pull out of it. But at first the news isn't that there's betrayal here. It's from us. And Putin doesn't hold through with something. Then they come around, and by the end of summer, July, August, I think here it's better for them. Okay, I'm very concerned about that. Okay. Ooh, I'm very concerned about Zelensky. Thank you, Dog Mom. All right, let's take a look and see. Next 7 days. And we'll look at more people on Tuesday, when I come back on Tuesday. And if I can stay awake, I'll be on Becca's channel, House of Lenormand, with the Petty Boot Scoop tonight. So next 7 days for Trump. Guides and angels show us the next 7 days. Does he have a successful next 7 days? Or will he double bogey? Oop. He gets frozen. Eight of Swords. Some of his plans come to a full stop. Oop. Okay, he's got sniffy problems that we all know of. He's hanging out with somebody else that has a sniffy problem. He's angry. He thinks he can come up with another idea, but his intuition isn't working well with him. Isn't it funny that both of the Tree of Life, both cards that have the insignia of the Kabbalah and the Tree of Life are here present and in the past. He is not supported universally. He is not supported by the angels or people of faith. We already know that. Oh, I know. I wanted to ask about the voting, the swing states, the vote tabulators, because here's that report again. Something that's given. It's Calvary, remember? See that? He will not. There's a dark-haired female that's going to put a stop in his plans. And he gets the same outcome as Elon Musk. Elon Musk may be able to work with other people in a more moderate way with a dial back. Trump is going to get really mad. He's going to be on the attack, but he isn't able to move things through. Okay. What was the question? It was about, okay, at JOG 3131. There are several groups of election data scientists working to investigate data from the 2024 and Truth Alliance hired a legal team, filed suits in Pennsylvania and some of the swing states. So will the Truth Alliance team be successful with their fundraising and efforts to investigate the strange issues they discovered? Will the Truth Alliance team be successful in uncovering important evidence of what they're investigating? Will they be successful? Truth Alliance data collections into the swing states. Yep, she does have, Jessica Denson has the dark hair that the Queen of Pentacles does have, not Amy Coney Barrett from the Supreme Court. And also Avril Haines has that dark hair. Okay, so there are other people in a team that are trying to block their assertion or block their advances. And so that is hard, but then they get help or a ruling that goes in their favor. And so then they are trying to investigate. They meet up with advances from the other side, and then there's arguments. But there will be enough money and funding for this to help move it forward. And then there's that poof. jaw-dropping events. Okay, so it shakes up everything. They find something, jaw-dropping numbers or events, or will this be? Will they be able to make their announcement? Will they be able to actually get to a microphone to make an announcement? Will they be able to make an announcement? The Truth Alliance team that's investigating the swing state numbers. There are people that are working against him, I'm telling you. Government gets in their way. There's a whistleblower here. They will be able to make their announcement. They will be able to. They have big resistance here, but they will. August, September. The Hierophant starts in August. That's a goal month, right? August. All right. The next 7 days for Xi. What did Big Steph say, you guys? I didn't see it. Becca's channel is House of Lenormand. House of Lenormand. She's part of the Petty Boots crew with Jen Lynn and Johnny from Tarot's Apprentice, Becca. And you just put House of Lenormand. And she has a picture of an owl. She's strong. He's done. He's done. He's not playing. He has his samurai sword out. And he's finished. He has a couple health issues going on too, but he is finished. Trump is minced meat. He isn't going to get his way with China. And that it's just going to be, he's going to be madder than a murder hornet. All right, let's call it here. And let's see what our guides and angels want us to know. What do they want you and I to know? We have to remain cool this coming week, but we need to change our routine, allow someone to give us a hand, take advice. I've got these all turned around in here, you guys. I gotta straighten them out. Tarot class starts Thursday, the 24th. I'm sending out an email tomorrow morning. I've got all the lists together for the tarot class. The Zoom link will go out that morning. The class is full. And members class is tomorrow morning. Zoom link will go out, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. And I'll be sending the Zoom link out for that tomorrow morning as well. A lot of admin work tomorrow morning. But at least I have all the lists compiled. I'll be so glad to see our membership class again. My brother was here for 2 weeks, and then Patricia and Freddie Todd were here for 4 days. We ran hard. We went to the Ringling, John and Mabel Ringling Museum in Sarasota. We went on Benches of Paradise, dolphin and shelling, and lunch on Upper Captiva that's only accessible by boat or plane. The water was beautiful. The shells were great. The meal was wonderful. Drinks were perfect. We went to the Edison Ford Estates. That was much better. We had a guide that was just off the charts. She was so great. So there was stuff there that I didn't remember, a lot of stuff that I didn't even know. That was really cool. We went to Margaritaville. We walked on Fort Myers Beach. We went everywhere. We had so much fun. Had pizza with the kids. All right. What do our guides and angels? We did everything. What do our guides and angels want us to know? What do we need to know for this week? Besides, we got to change it up. So the very first question I asked at the beginning of this video, go back and watch it if you're just coming in now, because we got a big message about the upcoming astrology for this week, especially on Wednesday. That's really going to help change some lives out there. So what is it that you and I need to know? Hold on and pray for healing. That's what I'm hearing. Hold on and pray for healing. MBOs, BPs, pray for your enemies. Fed Chair Jerome Powell better eat his Wheaties. All right, avoid the drama. Remain optimistic. You are the star. Lights, action, camera, you are the star. Having a positive attitude about yourself, positive self-image. Remain optimistic. Withdraw your magician wand from the drama and chaos of the Kardashians and the MAGA people. All right, this is chaos and drama. Stay out of it. Focus on your health. Because there's unstable ground. And there's people acting a fool. You're being called to take care of yourself and to help others. Stay out of the drama. There's a big meeting that's going to happen this coming week. A big, big, big meeting. And things that come out of that meeting are what's going to make some issues. Stephan Miller, I forgot to ask about Stephan Miller. People will be continued to be held. Even people that uploaded that app from the Biden administration, and we come out of this okay. So, and there are 3 women that are going to rule this week. 3 women. And this is get with your crew too. You have your besties. So get with your besties. Go to other towns, neighboring towns, festivals or meetings, meditations, crystal bowl healings, dances. This is a dance. This is a festival. Don't worry about what's happening. Stay optimistic. Pray for healing. Stay out of the drama. Take control of your magician's wand. You be the creator. You can't be the magician in creating if you are getting in chaos. Okay? So you can't compete and create at the same time. We will be rejoicing by the end of the week. Apparently, there's going to be a good outcome. Stephan Miller. Next 7 days for Stephan Miller. Near future. Does someone get the net for him? He will be investigated. He has a tower sitting right on. Okay, he does something that even the poo doesn't like. People are turning away from him. And then he oversteps his boundaries. So he's going to be a chaos maker. So just hang on. And he will be, someone will try to stop him. Okay? Okay. All right, I want to do one more for this whole week. Will we be happy by the end? Will our light worker family be happy and joyous by the outcome of the rulings and actions of our country and our leaders by the end of this week. All right, we're concerned. Biden may have a little balancing. We're standing our ground. We're praying. We're holding our ground. We're planning. Don't overreact. There will be some laws and some things that will hold. Okay, there's still some good control here. So I feel positive about this. All right, and I just want to ask about how the Trump administration will feel next week. By the end of next week, how will the Trump administration feel? By the end of next week, with everything that's coming to a head, how will the Trump administration feel? By the end of next week. Susie Wiles is a wily coyote, man. Where's that Acme kit when you need it? They just can't. The fruit doesn't ripen. The messaging isn't there. They have to acquiesce. They're trying, they're in defense. They're wounded, they're in defense. They're in denial. They're deceptive. And they have hope that they can resurrect things. But this is hopium, okay? I don't feel like they're stable enough to do this. They're going to dig their heels in. They still feel like the camera's on them, but we have to be the star, all right? We're holding the ground. Somehow we have control of the purse. Okay, I don't know how that is, but somehow we have it by the end of the week. They don't. They're going to try. Okay. All right, you guys. Much love to you. If you want to schedule a reading, I have openings available mid-month, May. thewayofpositivechange.com. If you want to join our member psychic development mini readings and crystal classes that are coming up, just go to the homepage of my YouTube channel, not my website, homepage of my YouTube channel, and hit the join button. All right. And then I have new members since I was having company. I have new members and I don't have your email. If you check the posts that I've made for members only, my cell number's on there. Please text me with your email so I can put you on the Zoom list for class tomorrow. Please text me. All right. If you know other members, please get them to text me. All right. Much love to you guys. Hopefully I'll see you tonight over at House of Lenormand on Becca's channel. Bye.